Welcome back to the shop. It's your boy Romanovich, the surgeon. We're back at it with something completely different. We've never done this before. Today, we're gonna be working on this generator. I got it picked up from my neighbor a good bit of ways from me. For some reason, it doesn't want to start. They use it at some kind of events, and the wifey said that for some reason it doesn't want to start anymore. They had cleaned the fuel lines once, got it to fire up. Now it doesn't want to do it, so let's try to dive in and see what we can find out. If you guys are enjoying these videos, make sure to smash that subscribe button. Keep these videos coming your way. Let's go ahead and get started. So since I am pretty new to doing stuff like this, I've never done it, we're gonna try to see what we can find out, you know. Do my best, see what I can do. Check how much voltage we got on the battery itself. We got a positive or a negative. This thing's got like 9 volts, it's got nothing. I do see it's a pull start, so that should keep it going. That should keep recharging this. This is mainly for electric start if you want to do it electric. I'm going to throw a trickle charger on this. That way it'll be trickle charging the same time while we're trying to troubleshoot all this. And yeah, I don't think that should be a problem that it's low power or whatever. This probably just keeps it maintained or whatever. So let's go and pop it off. Let's go and check our fluid. Whew. This thing's on there. Get this out of the way. Let's check our fluid. Make sure we got oil in here. We are standing somewhat level, so we should be okay to check it. That thing looks like a lot in there. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's, whew. I wouldn't say there's too much in there, unless it got mixed with water. They said it kept it at a job site too, so it looks like it's got too much oil in it already off the bat. I have to look at the specifications, how much it gets, and open this up, let it actually drain some, because like I said, we're pretty level right now. That's interesting. Like I said, it might be hydraulic locking, hydro locking, because it has too much oil, so it can't actually work properly. So we're gonna check the oil, the fuel lines first. Make sure they're all clean. I did look at the fuel itself. It looks like it has some stuff in it, like maybe bad fuel. Unless maybe the can is actually starting to rust and it's got some flakes in it or something. You can kind of tell right there. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, it's got some stuff floating in there. So maybe that's probably just rust. Not a big deal. We can always flush that out. So what we could do is try to see if it'll fire over. Let me try to set you guys up a little better. Working in the back of the truck because I don't want to take this thing out. Pull this tire up. All right. So, put the cab back on. We're gonna look at everything that needs to happen. So we got our choke, got our fuel is on. Well, that's not good already. They probably were flooding it this whole time. And look at this, you can't even, okay. Finally shut it off. Probably too much fuel in the line, so I'm gonna try to get rid of that. This is the fuel line right here. And we could probably take this air box off and see if we have anything in there. Let's see. It should be just, yeah, right here, crank it over. Make sure we don't have any blockage in there. Make sure she's breathing properly. Woo! I think this thing's seen better days. Okay, we're gonna leave this off once we do it. Okay, so everything's functioned properly there. That's good. We're gonna leave it off for now. So we got probably too much fluid in the actual carburetor. So what we're gonna do, see if I can set you guys up and this angle down here. Okay, so let's try to drain some of this gas. I probably need to get a whatchamacallit, get myself a bowl, but with this crazy weather coming along, I don't think I need it. Ooh, yeah, it looks like somebody already stripped this, so somebody already tried to drain the fuel from here, and it didn't work out. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a 10mm wrench. Here we are. Whew, I was on there. Okay, we got fuel coming. Let me go ahead and get a napkin for this real quick, too. Okay, so I got some napkins. Already broke that bolt loose. Got a little cup. That way we can catch some of this fuel. Find out how much there is. Looks like a new crush washer, so okay. We should be off on fuel, yeah. These things have a very bad tendency, if you leave the petcock on, you get too much fuel in there, well then you run in a joint of putting too much fuel and now doesn't want to start. So the best way to do it is that, you know, we got some dirt in there. The best way to do it is actually let the generator run completely, shut the fuel off, let it run out and die on its own because it starves it of gas, and then turn all your stuff off that you need. It's like we got a hole in here, so we're gonna dump that out. Okay. Yeah, so that is the best way to do it. Of course, you do not want to leave fuel in your lines because they get brittle and all that stuff, and you get leaks. Ask me how I know. Learned that trick myself. So there's obviously gunk going in here, so that can be our biggest problem. It probably clogged up one of the jets in here, so we're going to check that as well. I want to look at the spark plug. It's in there. And they have to get some tools to get that guy out. It's going to be a little awkward because of the shield. Looks like we can remove it with some 10mm bolts. Let's do that real quick. Do my best not to skip around any. That way you guys can see a full in-depth video. Do my best not to make it crazy long either. We got Domino's to go by. Wouldn't mind some. Hopefully we can remove this plate. Oh yeah, nice. Beautiful. Yes. Now this will give us a lot more access to the actual plug. I'm gonna go ahead and get the specific socket I need for that. I'll be right back. All right, let's remove the spark plug. That is a 21 deep oil, of course. Beautiful. It's coming out. Let's see how. Oh yeah, nice. I mean, it's pretty good wear on it. Not too crazy carbon buildup, but it's we'll clean it up before we put it in there, of course. We'll probably squirt some oil or fuel in there as well. Make sure everything's okay. But I really want to remove that carb. I don't know how bad it could be, but let's go ahead and see if we have spark. Check spark. Put your spark plug back in. Put it anywhere on the frame where there is metal. This is aluminum, I believe. We could try it against it. One of these bolts will do fine because it goes to the frame. So we want to do that and then pull the cord. I'll see if I can set you guys up. I don't know. Do my best. Something like that. It's pretty daylight, so I don't know. Oh yeah, I see plenty of spark. This thing should fire up instantly. Let's see what we can do. Also, the motor turns over so nice and smooth. I think we shouldn't have a problem. I think our problem has to be in the fuel delivery. The jet's probably clogged, so we're gonna have to remove this whole assembly. Not a big deal, but it's just gonna take some time. So let me put this spark plug back in. We have beautiful spark. I don't think we even need to clean it up really. Just like that. Let's tighten it up. Don't have to overkill it. Beautiful. Alright, she's in there. Love it. Let's put this cap back on. I actually want to go ahead and try to see if I can send some fuel to it and see if it'll fire on its own. I do have it on a trickle charger that way, and it already shows us a full battery, so I don't know about all that. But we're gonna deliver new fuel to it, see what happens. So let me get this off of here. All right, guys, help me out. So I believe this is the choke. You can see the carburetor is actuating there. Let's turn the fuel on and then try to crank her. I don't see any buttons that you gotta press. These are to reset your breakers if they tripped for your actual things. So let's go ahead and try that out. So we got fuel on. Hopefully we're flowing. Let's see if we can try to fire it up. We'll do a couple of those, make sure we get... Let's go ahead and kill that actually, and actually see if we got fuel down there. Simple as that. Turn it off for a couple of seconds. Make sure we actually get fuel down here. Yeah. So we got fuel down there. That's wonderful. That's wonderful news. So we should have fuel in here now. Let's see. Choke is out. Let's leave the fuel. Let's turn it off a little bit. Let's go and try to crank it. I think our problem is that we have so much oil in there. I think that's our problem. I mean, it was pouring out the top. You shouldn't have that much oil in there. Well, I don't understand how you would get that much oil in there. Let me shut this off. This wanted to come off. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Let's go ahead and actually rip this off. Let's go and inspect this portion of it first. Let me set you guys up properly. Okay, here we go. Let's take all that off. Let's see, 10 millimeter, and that should pretty much get us all free, except these little hoses. Not a big deal. So 10 millimeter. All right, so let's go ahead and try to remove. Got the carb out. Let's try to undo the plug from the bottom, because it doesn't look like you can get anywhere other access except removing this bottom bowl, which it looks like it just twists out, or this bolt actually holds it in. Probably the bolt. So, if I can do it in the hand, well, we're gonna try. Yeah, that's on there. Let me get some maybe vice grips or something. All right, let's see if we can make it happen with these things. Maybe I can hold the carb like this, and then try to undo it. There we go. That's on there way too tight than it's supposed to be. There we go. All right, so I expect to see some more, maybe junk in here. Looks like we got a rubber seal there. Looks pretty decent. It's, wow. Yeah, so I'm thinking absolutely carburetor problem. Look at all this crap that's coming out. Oh, it's got to be gunked up like crazy. Let's see if we can pop this loose. There we go. Whew. So we got a bunch of interesting junk in there. Let's see if we can, oh yeah. Look at all this. See if camera will focus. If this is like this down here, I can't imagine what the jets are. So let's go ahead and, it looks like we got a main jet and that's about it. So maybe one jet. It looks gunked up already from out here. So I need a flathead. Get a flathead in here. Looks like it's the proper size. Oh my gosh. That is in there. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it out. Okay, so I got some carb clean. Let's go ahead and freaking spray down in there. clean it up a little bit. And it almost looks like that the jet is broken. I don't know if I can have y'all see that. See if I can zoom in. Yeah, you guys see that? It does not look good whatsoever. Let me see if I can try to break it free with one of these. No promises, because this thing looks bad. All right, this has got some grip on it. Think we got it. Yes, we did. Beautiful. Okay. It's a little shy. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah. You can see how gunk up this thing is. You can't see at all through it. Look at that. Let's see. Woo. Why is this thing zooming out for me, huh? Thing will ever concentrate. Here we go. You have nothing coming through. So you got plenty of fuel coming to your carb. Oh yeah, it's the same black gunk that is under in the bottom of the bowl. It is all gunked up. So you're not getting any fuel at all. So that's your problem. We're gonna blow out all these holes with my little air compressor, which looks like this is the only one that it has for that. Everything looks wonderful in here. I would like to check the float bowl. So looks like it's perfect. Yeah, very nice. This is supposed to be pretty much flat with that. Let me see if I have you guys in zoom. Okay. So pretty much when you put it down, let it come up on its own, it's supposed to be parallel with the base. So it looks very nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this cleaned out and clean the bottom of this bowl and show you guys the end results. And hopefully we get this thing fired up real quick. All right, hopefully you guys can see the difference. You see that? There's the jet. You can see right through it. Both sides, look at that. See that? Easily see through it now. Beautiful. Otherwise it was completely clogged. There's no way you're gonna get any fuel delivered to your system if your main jet is completely clogged. Have this cleaned out, very nice. This was actually flowing out gas, but it was still clogged too, so I got it sprayed out nice and clean. Let's go and put this back together. And I really do want to see if we can remove this fuel, what's it called? Fuel tank, because of how much junk is actually in there. Yeah, so I don't know. I think we definitely need to go ahead and try to do that. Yeah, look at that. It's all coming out. That's perfect. I spray all the every single one of the holes that we have here with the ports where fluid is supposed to go through. Looks like we got them. This is the last one. That's working perfect. Awesome. All right, let's put it back together. I think we should be able to try to fire it up. Very excited. Let's try to put it on. This one's too small. We need to do this one because it's just wide enough. Perfect. Okay. I love simple little engines like this, and you guys could be doing this too. Pretty much the same thing with a lot of dirt bikes that have fuel standing in them, that people just allow fuel to come in and pretty much tear those engines up. And then you're wondering what's going on, you know. And of course, make sure to check your fuel all the time. I believe this is the one he changed, or he cleared out, made sure that it had proper flow. But if you get plenty of big heavy stuff in here, it's going to block it anyway. So I'm going to see if we can go ahead and remove this whole tank. I don't know what it's going to take. It looks like it's actually just mounted on the top with 4 bolts. So we're actually going to go ahead and try to remove it and dump all that out so we get some nice fresh fuel in there. Okay, we're not missing anything. Wonderful. Let's put this back on. Let's see, this goes on this way, just like that. Yeah, because the fuel line goes here, and that was on this side. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's go ahead and put this screw in, or bolt. Put this bolt back on. Tighten it all up. Hopefully get it to them, because they wanted to get this thing back as soon as possible. I understand, because of mainly the storms that we have in this state. They wanted to make sure that they have power and all that. Let's see, where's my little drain bolt? It's somewhere here. I'll find it, not a problem. But let's go ahead and put this all on. Suck our gasket flow off. Not a problem. Make sure you're putting stuff back on properly, the right way. And if you don't know how, try it. That's all you can do, is try it. So that's not the right way. Looks like this is the right way. Right here. Boom. Perfect. Just like that. Get this on. Then we'll get the other one on. Lift it up a little bit. There we go. There we go. Very nice. This one's a little torn, but that's okay. It's on the outside. As long as it's not on the inside, we should be okay. Not a big deal. Covers up like that. That is interesting. It's almost like this gasket's not for it. It's very weird. I know that's the way it went. Ah, that's the way it's supposed to go. It's almost like they had one of the holes blocked off. Somebody has been in here, that's for sure. Even if it wasn't the guy that owns this, somebody else has. Okay, good deal. Let's put this cover back on. So with all this off, we only have to put this on and then we're done. So we're gonna head and put this on. That way these gaskets don't fly around anymore. And we're done with that. Just like that. Let's put the bolts on. So a little sleeve came out of here. Gotta make sure we put it in. That way it holds it. It's a little collar. That way the nut has something to push up against, because this is plastic. Perfect. Gotta get the other nut that goes on this side. Alright. We're on there. Good deal. Then this bolt is on the bottom back here, holds against the bracket from vibrating. Okay, that one's started. Now I'll tighten this all up and I'll be right back. Okay, not skipping any steps. We will put this back on. Looks like this portion of it went right there. So something like this. Bam. Don't forget this. So one's there and one's down below. Gotta get them on these pins. Bam. Let's see, is it that way or is it this way? Well, it has to be against that, because this is clean. Let's see. Well, looks like it could have been this way. It doesn't have a lip or anything to hold it, so I think this is it. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, because it has it cut out right there. Good deal. Put that back on. Put this cover back on. Okay. This thing's in rough shape. It's okay. Still gets the job done, that's all that matters. Okay. Just about tightened up. Okay, we're good there. Said I'm gonna take the top off, take the fuel tank off. All right, like I said, I want to remove the fuel tank because it has so much junk in it. We're going to dump it completely. I need some fresh fuel, otherwise the same thing is going to happen instantly. So a very pointless job. And this is the right way, so make sure you guys do not cheating people out, because obviously I'm doing this for them to make sure it's running, and then when the storm comes, to make sure it's working and doesn't mess up because of a stupid clog again. So fuel has a lot of junk in it. We're gonna dump it. I should have some extra fuel. All right. Now to remove that fuel tank, looks like we got a couple hoses that go straight to this guy, this switch. So how we're gonna do this is gonna be a question. So there's one way. This button's held on clips. I can go ahead and push it just inward. Well, I would have to actually open it and then push it outward. Then it would start flowing though. So if we could take this cap off, and then we might be able to push it that way, get it all out this way. Let me ponder on this real quick. So the plan of action to get rid of all this junk in there, you see all that? That's all residue that will clog your stuff up. So what I'm planning on doing is actually unbuttoning it right at that line, this line that goes from the tank, taking it off and just dumping it straight into a little mud carton that I have. Get rid of it, that's the lowest point, and it doesn't look like it has a lot, so we should be able to drain it real quick. I'm undoing the clip right now. All right, clip is off, and we are ready to dump. All right, there we go, we're going. Fueling away. Just want to make sure I don't lose the connection there. So I do need to tilt this up a little bit this way because I believe my truck leans back a little bit, so I'm gonna have to do that real quick. That way we can actually drain it all. Got some yellow bad stuff, so I think a lot of the paint chipping off of this is not helping out here. All right guys, so I pretty much got every single bit of the fuel out. I did fish this out because this was swimming in there and it had a bunch of junk on it, so glad we got that out. And to show you, well, how much junk this thing had, look at all this. This has some kind of crazy residue in there, and that's exactly what was killing this little generator. All that was some bad fuel. That's what will happen if you keep letting it sit. You have to keep cycling all that stuff. Better to even drain these completely for the season if you're not using them. So we're gonna go ahead and install this back on here, just like that. Bam. There we go. That is back in. We're gonna get some new fuel in there and see if we can fire this thing up. Shouldn't be that big of a deal now. There, put it all back in. All right, so I'm very skeptical. I did not want to remove this plug that's on the bottom where the actual gas gets fed out of, but I'm gonna do it. This guy, it was draining out of here and then instantly would clog up. I have to re-spray some fluid in there, that way it'll get it unclogged. So we are gonna absolutely open this up and hopefully find what is catching and clogging this thing up. Make sure it's the right size. One size down. All right, 12 for your guys' reference. Okay. There we go. Should be just a filter. Yep. So here's our filter. Nice, not bad. It looks pretty clean. It has some things in there, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and flip this over so we can get the rest of the fuel out and probably find exactly what's really clogging this up. There's probably some bigger chunks in the bottom of this fuel tank. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, everything's back together. The fuel line is connected. The air fuel evap is connected. We got it all off right now. We're gonna turn the fuel on and see, hopefully she will fire for us. This will be the first time. Very excited moment. We have a full charged battery. I've been trickle charging it. So let's go ahead and pull the choke out. Let's turn the fuel on. This has electric start, so we don't even have to try to pull it or anything, so that's nice. We'll go to this one. Kind of wish it showed us something, but it shows hours, not a big deal. Well, as simple as that. She fires right up. I went ahead and turned the fuel off. I have a little bit of fresh in here, obviously, and that's it. I think she's all ready to go. We're just gonna unhook the charger from it, and it should be good. We should be able to ready to deliver this thing. Well, guys, as simple as that. We got it running. Very happy, excited. It's obviously really nice whenever you have simple engines like this. You can even remove the battery completely, and you can run it all off without splitting the generator portion of it. That right there. So very simple, very easy. Like I said, these little motors, all you need: fuel, spark, and air. Everything you need. So very awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and meet the customer hopefully here in a little bit. We do have a bunch of tornado warnings right now going on, but we're gonna keep praying and everything will be okay. Got some crazy clouds going everywhere, so hopefully the Lord is good to everybody. You guys stay safe. God bless, and I'll catch you all in the next one. And make sure to smash that subscribe button. Keep this family growing. Take care.